Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to show you 6 simple tips that doctors hate to reduce your back. I'm kidding, I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do though is I'm going to show you my process and some of the games that I've beaten this month and how I'm managing to shrink my backlog and then subsequently increase my backlog because physical media is dying according to Sony in the UK. So my name's Clayton. If you're interested in all that sort of crap, stick around because I got a lot to talk about. This is going to be like a monthly thing that I'm doing. Welcome to my YouTube channel, blah, blah, blah. But stick around. Subscribe if you're new. So subscribe if you clicked on the video because everyone's new because this is my first video. Duh, dummy. Stay tuned. By the way, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a dummy. I hope you accept my apology. I love you. So before we get into anything way too complicated about shrinking the backlog, what I want to explain is exactly how I'm going to go about picking my games. Really don't have any sort of rhyme or reason as to what games I pick as far as how I allot my time with them. What I do is I have a home console. I have several of them. I have one home console game that I work on, and I have a portable game that I work on. So normally when, like for example, this month I had a lot of Tomb Raider on my brain. That's the vibe that I was feeling because I got a lot of Tomb Raider games for PS2. For some reason I wanted to start with Angel of Darkness, but we'll get to that later. So I play that at home when I'm not at work or working out or whatever. But when I am at work or working out or doing something with the word work in it, I'm going either in between sets or when I have some downtime, I'm pulling out my 2DS, pulling that thing. I keep that thing on me, and I'm pulling out it's like a short game. Super simple, super easy to play, can really be played in short bursts, something like a Kirby game. That's what I played this month, and I was also trying to finish up some Mario. Didn't work out that well. I was honestly really close to beating it tonight, but I gotta make a YouTube video because I want to get this thing kicked off. So that is my process. Seems pretty simple. It's really not that hard. I really just go based on vibes. If there's anything like I'm not liking about a game, I'll try to force myself through it, and if I can't do it, I save it for later. I know a lot of people, what they'll go and do is they'll drop a game entirely. I don't want to do that. I pay good money for a lot of these games, and if one of them doesn't click with me, it's probably not that I don't like the game. It's probably just not the right time. Because there's certain times where I'm feeling like I want to play an RPG, like I want to go collect every single blade of grass in Xenoblade Chronicles, which is how I was feeling earlier this month when they dropped the remaster. And then there's other times when I want to go raid a tomb in Tomb Raider. I've got a lot of Tomb Raider on the brain right now. That's another game that I'm going to get to later. It just depends on the vibe though. Just whatever I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling, and if it fades away, it fades away. I'm sure I'll come back to it later. I've got so many games that I've partially ran through, like so many, that I've got to go back and work on again. Like I've been playing Twilight Princess HD for I don't know how many years now, probably since I started doing Twitch back in like 2018. It's been a minute and I still haven't beaten it. I'm like right there at the end. But yeah, I'll always come back to a game. So that's the secret. Just have a lot of games in the holster, just ready to go at any time. So this month, I started out, I was going to get through the vibe that I was feeling. I was feeling the Fable franchise because they're announcing Xbox is finally getting back into console exclusives, which I'm super excited for. I love console exclusive games. That's one of the reasons I collect. There's a certain rhyme and reason to the games that I collect for the certain consoles I'll collect, which I'll go into in a later video. But I was playing Fable to start out the month, and then the Nintendo Direct dropped. I'm a huge Xenoblade fan, so that was like the best thing ever for me. So I decided that yes, I am going to go and collect every single little blade of grass in Xenoblade. That is not a joke. There is actually a part of that you have to build up what's called a collectopedia, as it were, and you have to collect the most tiny, insignificant little pieces of crap. And it's honestly, I enjoy it. I don't know why I enjoy it, but I enjoy it. So that's how I started out my month. But over time, I realized, like, okay, I'm actually wanting to 100% this game, but I got other games to play, so I'm going to come back to this whenever I feel it again. So I stopped feeling Xenoblade. I immediately jumped into Star Fox, which just released this month on the Switch 2. Super good game, super pretty, controls are tight, game is tight. AI kind of sucks a little bit here and there. I know on the lava level, you know, you have the R-Wings. They're not able to withstand the heat. So Slippy's like, hey, just keep grabbing shields. And then Slippy, for some reason in my playthrough, was the only character not grabbing shields. So he's the only one that died in that level. And I was very frustrated because I was trying to earn all of the medals to unlock expert mode. And this game is very hard if you're trying to do that. So a little fair warning before you go into that game. But it is a good game. I give it about an 8 out of 10. If we're going to put a number to this, I'm going to put a number to pretty much every game that we're going over here. Next game that I played. So my portable game throughout this month has been, up until I beat it at least, was Kirby's Dream Land 2 for the Game Boy, for the 3DS, for a new 2DS XL, because that's what I play. It's a super clean console, and I definitely recommend getting one if you can afford it. I was lucky to get one when they were like $100, so do what you will. But that game, very good game. Super simple. It doesn't, you know, it's a Game Boy game, original Game Boy game at that. You know, it doesn't try too hard to do anything in particular. The difficulty is not really there. It does kind of ramp up towards the end, but it's a fun game. It's certainly beatable. It took me about maybe 4 hours in between sets at the gym and in between when I had downtime at work. So it was a good time. I really enjoyed that game. The final boss for King DDD, I decided to listen to one of the fight themes from Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that was the most life-changing thing that has ever come out of a Kirby game for me, ever. And I loved it. And yeah, no, 8 out of 10 for that game. It still holds up today. I think it still holds up today. If you can find a way to get your hands on it, I'm not going to recommend any illegal means, but those are certainly out there. You know, Google's a perfectly legal thing, so use what you will. Last game that I got into, so funny story about this last game. I first got my gaming PC in 2018. It was a little pre-built, wasn't nothing fancy. It's an MSI Trident 3. It runs when I need it to, most of the time when it's not, you know, running 80 different programs in the background on startup. But when I first got it, Steam was having a huge Square Enix sale, and all the Tomb Raider games were on sale, which is why I'm so into Tomb Raider right now. So they had all these games on sale, and I was like, I'm gonna go snag up each and every one of these because I want some single player games to play. I'm a big single player guy. I really don't mess with multiplayer games too much unless it's like Smash or Rocket League or something. I'll play those competitively. But so I snatched all those up and I started playing Tomb Raider 2013, and that was a fun time. That was a fun time when I started. I was playing it until around 2021, trying to get through everything. I was playing with motion controls and the Switch Pro controller. It's a very good setup if you have the motion controls set up on there. Did not beat it. Did not beat it back in 2021. I got right up to where we were at, maybe, sorry for doing this, but maybe about 67%. Grown man, by the way. But yeah, and I dropped it there, and I didn't pick it up until recently because I saw it sitting in my Steam library, and I was like, huh, I gotta beat that game someday, right? So I go, and the level that I saved on was literally the last level. Like, I had maybe 15 guys to shoot, and then the final boss, which the final boss was unbelievably easy. Very caught me off guard. I died like a couple times, but I expected a much bigger difficulty spike in a final boss than what I saw there. And I mean, it was a good game. From what I remember, I don't remember much of the story. So I can't, like I said, I saved the last of it for literally, I beat it like 2 days ago. and I finished it. I finished it at 69%. So that 6-7 joke I made earlier, kind of redeemed myself for it. Wasn't really trying to make a joke. That's just kind of how the cards fell. It's the last game that I've beaten this month. I was trying to work on, what was it? I was trying to work on Super Mario Land before I got this video recorded. And I couldn't do it because I'm on the last world, and I was like, I don't want to play Mario right now. I gotta save these games for on the go, I gotta stick with the method, and the method of choosing these games will probably change. But Super Mario Land, I'm almost done with it. I'll probably finish it next month. But yeah, those are the games that I beat. I give Tomb Raider 8 out of 10. It's not a bad game at all. I think it still holds up in the modern day. But yeah, I think it's a perfectly solid game. Not a lot wrong with it. All right, so earlier in this video, I mentioned that I didn't actually decrease my backlog. I decided I'm going to increase it because Sony decided that physical media is a thing of the past, and we all need to move to digital media, right? So I just this past week have started picking up a lot more physical games. I mean, just today I went and picked up the Sly Cooper trilogy from a guy on Facebook Marketplace, and then I went to another guy and got the 4th game on the PS3. What else? I won an auction on eBay for the original Devil May Cry on PS2. Literally paid $2 and then $5 for shipping. So I just decided to get the other 2 games. A couple other games here and there. I think Jedi Survivor for the Xbox was one of them. Batman Arkham City, PS4. Good games. I mean, the backlog never shrinks. You know, it's like working on a car. You're never done with it. I don't know if I'm ever going to be done with this backlog. I probably won't be, just because of, I mean, this is like half of it right here. I don't even know if that's in frame. Yeah, it is. But that's like half of it right there. So I don't think it's gonna happen. Not anytime soon, at least. Not this year. Probably, maybe not even in my lifetime. But who knows? I'll beat the good stuff at the very least. I've got about 7,000 hours worth of games to play. 4,000 of which are from RPGs, and the other is just from random Joe Schmo games, like, again, Tomb Raider, because I just find myself infatuated with that series for some reason. But yeah, so if you're out there, if you're watching, please pray for me, because I'm going to lose my mind throughout this journey. But with all that being said, if you'd like to follow along with this backlog journey, please subscribe, like, leave me a comment down below, because I'm going to have my spreadsheet that I have for my backlog. I'm going to have that linked in the description down below, so you guys can keep up and just see what I'm looking at. If a game has yellow text, it means I've started it. I haven't finished it. I'm still working on it. I know Twilight Princess, like I said, is one of those games. And then if it's green, I've finished it. You know, I gave it a rating, everything. And if it's white, I haven't started it yet. So just keep up. Just if you want to keep an eye on that, let me know. Hey, let me know down in the comments if there's any games you don't see in there that you think I should play. Let me know, and I'll see if I can't give them a shot. I do know I have a lot of classic games to go through, so just bear with me. If I don't get to your game, I'm probably just not feeling it. It's alright. I'll get to it eventually, I'm sure. But with that being said, leave a like. Let me know what I should play next. Subscribe if you're new. I appreciate you. I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope you have a great day. Stay safe.